Okay, last part of 7.6, we're going to talk about compound interest. Does anybody know what compound interest means? Or what interest means? So what it means, it's the interest earned or paid on both your initial investment and your previous investment that you earned. Okay? So it has to deal with exponential growth if it's a great investment, exponential decay if it is a not so good investment. Okay, so let's talk about what these variables mean. A is the specific amount you're going to end up getting. P, what do we think P stands for? P stands for initial, good guess, initial amount. So it's the amount you started with. Okay, R, what's R stand for?
Rate.
Rate, and it usually comes in a percent. N, we have two of them. N stands for the number of times it's compounded. So look for the word compounded. Number of compounded. So it could say compounded monthly, compounded yearly, compounded bi-weekly. Okay, if it said compounded monthly, what letter would I use for N? How many months are in a year? 12, so I would use 12 for compounded monthly. Okay. And T stands for time. One thing I want to talk about, and if you didn't do this on your paper and you want it back, I will give it back to you because I noticed a couple of us did this. If I started with 6%, can I use 6 in the formula? No, why not? What does it need to be in? It needs to be in hundredths in a decimal place. So if it starts with 6.0, where do I got to move that decimal? 2 to the left. 1, 2. So you need to plug in 0.06 for your rate. Okay, that's what changes in the formula, that percentage. Okay, so if you made a mistake, I will let you take your paper back. If you don't remember, I will let you look. Okay, but same thing here. It's a little bit more in depth of a formula, so it's very important that we follow order of operations when solving this one. Okay, so let's try it with these 4 variables that were given. I'll give you some time to write those down. So using our formula, I'm going to rewrite it up here. We have A equals P times 1 plus R over N to the N T. So now we plug in what we know. P is what? Did it say? 14,000. Let me back up. And then we have 1 plus, the R is 6, but what does that turn into? 0.06. Good. So we have 0.06 divided by N. If it's compounded monthly, what are we going to use? We're going to use 12 because there's 12 months in a year. So then we have 12 here. And then N again is 12 times T, 10. Okay, this one's a little more in depth than what we had yesterday, right? What comes first when calculating?
12 and the 10.
Always do parentheses first. You could do 12 and 10, but hold that off. Okay, we want to follow these parentheses first. What part of the parentheses needs to go first, though?
Division.
Right, this division in here. Okay, so follow along in your calculators and stay with me so we're doing it right. Because remember, once you have it in your calculator, don't let it go. Keep it in there. Okay, so we have A equals 14,000 times 1 plus, take 0.06 divided by 12. So you get 0.005, 12 times 10. Now it looks pretty similar to what we had yesterday. What do we do next? Add them together. Yep, right in here. So we have 1.005. And what you could do at the same time, multiply your exponents together. 12 times 10 is 120. Good. What comes next? Exponent, yep. So take that 1.005 to the 120 power. What'd you guys get for that? 1.8. Leave that in your calculator. Don't clear it. Don't do nothing with it. Okay, because what's our last step? Multiply. So we get A equals, what'd you guys get? 25,471.55?
Yes.
Good. Okay. Biggest things is to follow the order of operations. What you do first, I tried to outline it there for you. Okay. And do you ever take anything out of your calculator? No, always leave it in there, because if we round everything, we're not going to get the exact answer that we want. Okay, so you do not want to round until the very end. Biggest thing that I noticed just looking over is this rate part. Don't forget to change that to a decimal. Okay, any questions on compound interest? We're okay? All right.